Hey everybody, this is Eric from Top Flight Trades. It is December 20th, Saturday. I'm putting this video together today, so it's you can view it this weekend before the big start on Monday. So pretty much what I'm going to do this video here again is kind of look at what happened last week. We had a pretty good week, at least I did, at least later on in the week. Kind of look over the oil stocks. We kind of covered those last week as well. Wanted to see how if they were gonna ever rebound. We did get a little rebound out of them. Is it going to continue up or is it going to come back down again? Go over some of the premium picks that we looked at this last week. I have another new one to add. Added a new one yesterday, I believe, and then look at next week, what's to come. So let me jump ahead real quick. I have kind of a few things to go through today, so I'll kind of make it quick. A lot of you are probably going to Christmas parties tonight. I know I am, so I have to get this video done, wrapped up in the next hour or less. So I won't waste any time, and I won't waste your time. So that way you can get out and have fun and enjoy the holiday. Okay, so I'm going to jump to the screen here. We're going to look at some charts. All right. Now, I think you're able to view that. So, yes, you are. Okay, so basically what we're looking at here is the S&P 500 and SPX. So obviously last week here, this is the daily chart. So you can see Monday and Tuesday, we broke beneath the 100-day moving average here. Let me zoom in. You can see a little bit better. I got my trend line drawn in here. We see we broke beneath that. I was a little worried about that, as the rest of the market was, I'm sure. But we did get a little bit bounce here off the 1970 level or so. And then Wednesday, we had a really good day. And I didn't play anything on Wednesday. I was a little cautious about it. You know, this thing was dropping pretty hard, and I wasn't going to get in immediately on the first sign of life. But I did get in on Thursday and Friday. But looking back here, I believe they said that these two gains, the Wednesday, Thursday combined, were the biggest gain in the markets in 3 years, 5 years, something like that. A couple nice big green candles there. So, hey, that's awesome because, I mean, look at it. In 3 days, we're back up. We regained that week or more there. And now we're back up in the 2000s here. So that's pretty awesome. Big question is what happens next? Let me zoom out here. You can see, obviously, the S&P is definitely trending forward, trending upward. We have our moving averages down here. The purple lines are 200-day moving average. This line here is actually, I'll make it a little bit better. You can see it's just a trend line I drew. And I have one up here as well. I'll darken it so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. This blue line here is the 100-day moving average. The gold is the 50. And then this other line you see run along here is a 13-day moving average. I use that just to kind of make some quick decisions. It obviously reacts and moves a lot quicker to the market, so I like to keep a closer eye on that. But anyways, you can see we're moving up here. One thing I'm keeping an eye on here is we're going to reach an all-time high again. Our all-time high so far is 2079, and we're at 2070. So if we have a good day Monday, we're most likely going to break above that into new highs. And I sure hope we do. I'm not hoping. What I'm afraid of, and I don't want to see, is any kind of bad news, any kind of bad economic global news or anything like that. It's going to affect the market for Monday and cause us to be red, because I don't want to see us bounce off this line and come back down again. So I would definitely be happy to see us close up above into new range there and into the new highs. So that's the S&P. So obviously, we did pretty good. A lot of stocks did really well Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday, particularly oil stocks. I'll look at some oil stocks here really quick here, and then I'll get into some of the positions. First off, we have ExxonMobil. And we talked about this last week. I did a video last Wednesday, I believe, or Tuesday, I forget, on oil and trying to identify what we can put our eyes on when we do get a bounce or, you know, a correction here and have it turn up again. And so I did cover quite a few. We had some good candidates, but this is Exxon. And this here you see here is the support line in the bottom channel line I identified in my video that I was hoping we'd get a bounce off of. In fact, when I did this, we had this candle here, so I drew that bottom, and then of course it held. So that was definitely good news. Again, this is a daily chart, and then we got the bounce off that. So, overall, it goes from 86 up to 93. That's good, and it closed above the 100-day moving average there, or 50-day, 50-day moving average. So that's good, and we'll see where we can go here. I think we can at least get up to this line, and that's what I've identified for as a resistance. Looking back historically, there you can see it exists right through there. Yeah, it's pretty much, you can pretty much almost call it, it's not the 100-day, but yeah, 97, 98. We'll see if you can break up through that. I don't think it'll have a problem pushing through the moving averages there, but definitely love to see that break above that into the 100s, and then, of course, make new highs soon. Next one is Chevron. I watch Chevron pretty closely. I've never played it, but I know people in it, so I like to keep an eye on it. Again, the high back in August, late July, was 135, and that was a new high. I was excited about that. I remember talking about it. And then after that, boom, here we go. We came down to, where's that, 106. And then now we're down. We had come down to a low of, I thought it was under 100. Oh, this wick is probably into the below 100s. No, it's not. So, anyways, let's call it 100, but look at that nice bounce. Now it's 12%, 13%. So now here we are back up in the closing at just under 113, just underneath that 50-day moving average. So you can see Tuesday it reacted as well. The S&P had 3 good days. Chevron here has 4. So we got a nice bounce out of that. I'm not holding this. I've talked about getting into it, but I was distracted and I played some other stocks instead. But I do have a hope for Chevron here. Definitely want to see if we can, clear this line too. I mean, where we got there? Yeah, 115. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Chevron's a good stock. So next we had, and I'll just shoot through these. Oh, TLM, Talisman Energy. Yeah, again, what do they have here? Dividend. Geez. I remember this was up on that gapped up day. Didn't look too closely at it. Anyways, boy, it went up from 520, gapped up to 750, 740. It's been moving since. That's a pretty nice run there. We had a line. Line started to bounce a little bit, and I remember this day. We had a really bad day here. It was a high as 114, low of high of 1470, low of 1171. Quite a bit of range that day. Anyways, it's and then on Friday it closed at 2%. Not looking very good for me. That's definitely not looking very strong. I wouldn't get into that one. I almost got into MPO here the other day. MPO caught my attention earlier last week. Never played it. I liked it when we reviewed it. And it had a pretty good day here Friday, up 25%. So, I mean, this thing's all over the place. Let's check this out on the 15-minute chart. Let me zoom out a few days and we can see what this week's done. Okay. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to see. But, yeah, looking nice. Oh, man, been nice to get in about here, huh? After it breaks new highs off that 125 area. Just boom, shoot up to 182. Yeah, looking pretty good. So, each of these days are good plays. 25% right there. All right, WRES. How did this do Friday? 11%. Yeah, a lot of these oil stocks did really well Thursday, Friday. I did not play this one. LNCO, LNCO. How did they do? Yeah, fair. See, not too strong on Friday. Volume was down. Oasis. Now I got into Oasis. I believe Thursday. Again, this is a daily. Let me jump to the hourly and we'll take a little closer look here. So this is the hourly chart. Okay. And I drew some support resistance there. Anyways, I got an Oasis at right back here. 1620, I think. I think I got it on this breakout here a little late. Well, either way, I'm in here. I'm on at the line. So I'm up a little bit on it. I'm still holding it. I did not get rid of this. I did sell a few of my stocks on Friday. I'll talk more about that, but I am still holding this one. I like what I see. You got a nice little surge of volume there. Yeah, let me take a look here. Yeah, so far so good with this. Again, volume was down on Friday a little bit. It was up 5% on Friday. So I'm still holding this, and I think that's about what I'm in it so far is about 5%. So far so good there. And look at another one here, SM Energy. Yeah, I had a nice day here. Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, that is pretty much about it, I think, with the oil stocks. So what's oil going to do next week? I don't know. I mean, I really obviously like let's look at the oil here. Well, this isn't looking as good. But going back to Exxon here, what a day. But I would certainly like to see this with all the oil. It's a nice bounce like that. I don't know if we're gonna hold it. I don't know how far up it's gonna go. Obviously, I don't know. But is this the bottom? You know, we did this kind of double bottom here. If you want to count that wick over there, are we really going to take off and go from here and correct? I don't know. The media, you know, what you're in the news, which of course don't ever take it to heart. You know, I take it very, very lightly. But I saw an article today that they're already talking about $20 a barrel oil. That would not be good. So if that's the case, and you know the media, the writers were to get their way, I suppose this thing would just turn right back around next week and continue downward. I do not want to see that, obviously. I am not heavy in oil right now. I pretty much liquidated what I could on Friday just because for as far as my own personal trading, as far as discipline, it's in a market like this, I want to make sure I take my profits off the table. I can always re-enter again Monday if I need to, but I didn't want to expose myself over the weekend in case we had some sort of world tragedy or something like that. It's going to affect prices. I do not want to gap down Monday and risk losing my profits. So I took my money off the table, and but I am still hopeful for oil. I mean, it might come up to this line up here. Let's say Exxon, it might come up here to this area and then come back down. Hopefully it bounces around. I mean, hopefully it doesn't go down. Yeah, we definitely want to see it correct there. So that's that. One of the other stocks that got my attention last week, which is its own story, is Cuba here, Hertzfield Caribbean Basin Fund. A friend online, Bilo, pointed this out, alerted me to this one earlier this week, which was really interesting because I just met Bilo here and met him on Google. Anyways, he had pointed this out, and I was actually going to play it. I was up early that day, and I was just going to play it. I saw the news, and I thought, what the heck? I was going to throw a little money at it, not a lot, which is normally outside my trading plan. It was more of a spontaneous thing. I'll do that every once in a while. Anyways, and that was that morning, Wednesday morning, I believe, 16th. Anyways, Obama came out and said he was going to do something with Cuba. He was going to relax some of the restrictions and help the relations between the countries. And this thing just took off. I was actually going to play it. And I know it's easy to look back and say, well, I was going to do it and make all this money, whatever. But check this out. I go to log into my Trade King account, and I get the 502 server error. Server's down. It's like, oh my gosh, no way. And I keep logging in, and it keeps giving me errors. And finally, I jumped on Twitter because is it just me or what? You know, and I get on Twitter, and everybody else is just having a cow because they can't access their funds. Well, of course, I'm just missing an opportunity, and I'm watching this thing just climb. That's fine, you know, whatever. But there's also people out there whose stocks were plummeting and they could not sell. I mean, a lot of upset people. They didn't get their servers back up and running till like noon Pacific time. I mean, that's like 5 hours later. No, 6. I could do math. 6 hours later. I think it was like 12:30. So 6.5 hours later, I missed trading that whole day. And by that point, this had already gone up and come back down, of course. And so let's see, did it? Was this a 5-minute chart? Anyways, yeah, I missed out on this, and this continued to climb again on Friday. Let me back up here. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time today. Oh, there we are. Yeah, okay. Wednesday and then Friday, once again, Friday was up 26%. Amazing. So yeah, we'll see what that does next week as well. Let me jump to the, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is, here we go. So this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, I mean, this could easily still be in play. And if you're to play this, make sure you use stops or you're tight on your stops and you have a trading plan. And that's it. You don't want to go to the store, hop in the shower, do whatever you're going to do and come back 15 minutes later and see it down 30%. So anyways, that is that. Okay, now we're going to look at real quick here some of the premium picks. Starting with the newest, which was, I believe, on Thursday, was Five Below. It was on the 18th. What day is it now? Okay, yeah, that was Thursday. And again, with the market the way it is, when the premium picks come out, I'm definitely advising to. It doesn't mean it's a buy. Doesn't mean I'm running out and buying it, or I suggest you to buy anything when it makes a premium picks list. The premium picks list is a long term. It's more of a long hold alert for me. And sometimes what I see is when a stock makes the list, I like it to make the list several times. I get certain alerts for certain criteria that are met, and it's not absolute and automatic. Sometimes I'll get them like 5 days in a row. When that happens, that's usually a good sign. When I get these alerts in for stocks and I get them over and over and over, that's a good sign. Sometimes when I get an alert for a stock and I get it once, often that won't perform as well. And of course, sometimes what happens too is it's always best to wait a few days. So really, with the premium pick, you can enter. I just suggest if you're following the premium picks, enter with your own strategy. I mean, you're going to anyways. You're not going to follow exactly what I say, and I sure hope you don't. But basically, it's a long-term hold. It's getting positioned to enter long. So right here, looking at this chart, you could say, well, yeah, it looks like we finally got enough strength here, and volume's down, but we're kind of breaking through. We broke over the 200-day moving average, and then alerted me. Well, it's probably going to come back down and correct again, and then go. You see, so we'll see. But here's 5, and this has made the list in the past. See if I could find where this was. 5. I mean, this. I guess it doesn't matter now, but this has made my list long ago as well. And yeah. Anyways, okay, that's that. So, anyways, what it did do is it come down and bounced off the support line that I have drawn here. Now we're moving up. So maybe Monday will be a good day, and we'll just keep going, and that'll work out. So on the premium picks, just watch them closely. Enter when you'd normally enter it. Make sure you have a trading plan. Make sure you have a stop identified. So if it does go the wrong way, that you can get out and you're not going to put too much at risk and lose. Okay, so that was Thursday. Then we had TSM, and I'm not very familiar with TSM. That was probably Wednesday, I believe, and its since has gone up. So 21 to 22 and a half or so. Again, these are long plays. You could say swing plays, but long. These aren't day trade alerts. So what I'd like to see it do is come up past this 23.54 and move higher. Yeah, moving out here. Yeah, this computer's running slow. Okay, anyways, so definitely like it to see. It's obviously holding the moving average there, the 100-day moving average. Now we're above the 50-day. So that's what we want to see. We want to see a move like this where it breaks up right above it and continues. And you see we just broke up above those moving averages there. And I want to see it continue and just ride it on up. So that's TSM. Expedia made the list several times. This made the list this week as well. It was probably back on this day, I'm guessing, back when it hit that support. And you see it went back and touched it again, but held above the 50-day, and off it goes. So same thing. We have the 13-day moving average above it, but that won't provide much resistance. If anything, I really don't think so. But you can also see the blue line here is where we made that previous high there as well. So I think I don't think we're going to do the head and shoulders kind of thing and form a right shoulder and then continue down. I think we're going to move right through it. It's Expedia. It's priced at 88. Good company. You can definitely see it's getting pretty oversold here and getting a crossover on the Stoke. But look at the volume. Big red candle right there on Friday. Disney expands downtown Seattle footprint. I know Disney was down there. Okay, I don't know what the big red candle's for here. Let's see, that was 1 day ago. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to research this right now, but just note that could affect us Monday. I don't know what the news is. Expedia. Okay, then we have VIPs. And again, we reviewed these videos earlier this week. If you want to take a look at it, just go on YouTube there or on the Top Flight Trades and you'll see the videos. And it probably was alerted back on this day, probably last Monday or even last Friday. Anyways, we see we went down, broke through the support line that I had drawn, that I identified, and we got the 200-day moving average there. It didn't quite hit it. Now we're moving it right on through. Let's take a look here, big picture. So I think you can see that this is looking pretty good. This is the August or October 15th dip that we had. As you might recall, let me jump back over to the SPX. Here it's this right here. You can see how closely most of these stocks follow the market very closely. And so that's what we got. So if the market's doing good, looks like, VIPs will do good. A lot of these will do. Actually looks like it's a little late to the party here, doesn't it? Okay. Anyways, that's VIPs. That's on the list. Then we had SNCR. Now, SNCR, I believe, was alerted here. Okay. Remember I told you sometimes you got to wait a few days. And it doesn't mean that it's absolutely a go right now either. I'm thinking it is, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. Sometimes it might make the list and then it's like a week later, it might drop down another level and then hold support and go. If so, that's what I've identified here. We're holding support here and we're obviously turning around. We had a good day here on Wednesday. We're moving. So I'm thinking we're going to be heading out as long as the market does. Next week's going to be a good tell and we'll see how we do. So that's SNCR. And then the newest one that hit the list, which I have not added yet, it's kind of a weak alert. Was IDXX. I am not familiar with this company at all. I don't know where they've been. I've never played this company, this stock. Interesting looking here. You kind of got this backwards triangle. I'm sure there's a technical term for it too. I'm just forgetting what it is. But anyways, looking back here, here's that August 15th dip that we had in S&P. And it was trending downward along with it. It didn't decline as hard, as steep as the S&P did. But when we hit that point here, boy, it took off. We had earnings here, beat earnings, $1.05 versus the 88 cents. So beat it by 19%. But look at that. I mean, there it gapped up, a lot of volume, a lot of good green candles or volume bars here. So up we go. Highs 153.89. And we're kind of forming this funky looking flag thing we got going here. So certainly I would like to see it hold support here off the 50-day. It's a nice, steady, steep line. But that would be good. Definitely be good to see it break above this area here, breaking the new highs, even before we get usually I don't play the wicks very much, but I would probably do it in this case. I would like it to see it clear there. And definitely I would like it to see it clear. Better yet, let's make it 154. Yeah, I'd like to see it go above 154, not just, I'd like to see it close in the new highs. So this will be interesting here. Last 3 days, you had a nice run here, but yeah, the action on this thing's kind of wild. So earnings coming up February 3rd, estimated at 69 cents. Last estimate was 88. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll see if I get, I'll look at this a little closer and see if it meets the criteria for the premium picks list that apparently had once. But I want to confidently be able to put it out there. Again, I'm not familiar with the stock. I don't need to be necessarily. Watch, it'll also gap up 30% Monday morning. So anyways, I'm introducing it to you now, but that's that. Okay, so finally, now I'm going to get into what I did last week. I did play a few stocks. I guess it was Thursday and Friday with the oil just plummeting here. I was trying to get best positioned for some plays when this thing finally hopefully bounces and rebounds a little bit. I wanted to make sure that I was that I had cash, make sure I have enough capital, get some more money. So when I'm not trading, if I'm on the sidelines, I'm saving money. So the market's in a downtrend, correcting or not going anywhere, I'll pull out of the market if I don't have there's not much. I don't know if I'm not too optimistic, I guess, and I'll collect more money. I'll save up more money and make it available for when the market finally corrects and I'm loaded up even more to take advantage of the bounce. So that's what I was hoping to do here with oil. Boy, those 3 days came pretty quick. Yeah, so far so good. So anyways, what I did get into, I don't have, let's see here. Okay, I already talked about Oasis. I got an Oasis, I think it was Thursday. Where's my list? I have it here. Excuse me. Oasis. Okay, I don't have the date. Okay, anyways, we already talked about this. I got in back here, I think. I got in at I'm all right here, top of this day, Wednesday, the high point of the day, I think. Anyways, so I'm just a few percent up on that one. I'm also in. I did end up getting in Alcoa. Back here on this day, I got in at 15. Yeah. Anyways, and then I was hoping to get some support off here. Off this line here, and we did break through the 200-day. That's what I was kind of worried about. And anyways, so we're up, and I'm up a few percent here. I'm keeping this. I did not get rid of this last week. I held on to this. So Oasis and Alcoa, I'm still holding. What I did get out of was ULTA. I was holding ULTA here, and it just wasn't performing. I haven't lost confidence in the company or anything like that. And you can see it's just been creeping up. But I think I got in back here. Where was it? I don't think it was on this breakout, but no, it was. Yeah, I got in low 123s. And yeah, I know you're saying, why didn't you sell up here? I don't know. I kept up that day. I was somewhere else. But anyways, I took my profits. I'm gone. It's not a lot, but it's good. It's green. That's the other thing. I talked about the discipline that I need to have. Sometimes, that's really the hardest part with trading. It's not always excuse me. It's not always the buy. People, they want the best stock picks and when to buy it. It's not always when to buy. Yeah, that's important. But once you're holding it, you know what to do. Because that's when you watch TV, everybody's talking about stocks to buy. Well, you never talk about how long to hold it, when to sell it, having a plan, a strategy, how to protect any kind of risk. And, you don't talk about, protecting any kind of profits or anything like that, really. Why, when it hit 134, I really like to let them run. And sometimes when I do that, I set my stops. I'm always protected on the bottom side. I'll set my stops immediately. When I buy a stock, I turn around immediately, and I already know where I'm going to put my stop. I'll look at the charts. I'll look at the cost per share of how much I'm going to risk of my investment, what percentage. Some stocks, it might be 2%. Other stocks, I'll go to a maximum. I'll set my stop at a maximum of 8% under my entry. Okay, so when I buy, I turn immediately around and I put in a stop order. That's my insurance. Okay, and then I don't have to worry about it. And if it can go up all for the next 20 years, that's great. But if it does come down past that, then I'm out, and I could be in the shower. I can walk to the store. I don't have to worry about it. Um, and then the other thing, and then once the stock continues to rise up, I'll raise that stop, and I might even do a trailing stop. But what I usually do is just manually raise my stop order up as the thing travels. Anyway, so this one I just called it good. I think I was up 5%, but hey, I'll take it. That's 5% is 5%. So awesome. That's ULTA. I'm out. And again, I don't have any negative views on the company or anything like that. OTEX. This is another one here I just got out of. This one was literally trading sideways on me here. I think I broke even on this one. No, this one was, I think I cleared a whopping 2.5% on this one. But hey, still a couple dinners, Anyways, where are we? Anyways, I got in, I think, on this breakout here. This one or this one. I got in at, well, obviously not. It was this one. So it went up, went down, up, down, and we're still trading sideways. And I know we have this line here, this support. But again, I wanted to make sure I can get better returns elsewhere quicker with my money. I've already been holding this a month, and I've cleared 2.5%, 3%, something like that. Not good enough. I shouldn't have let it go this far. And that's another dynamic to your trading. How long are you going to let your money sit there trading sideways before you pull it out? So I pretty much lent OTEX, $1,000 for a month and got nothing out of it. Okay. So, well, a couple percent. I mean, that's great. I'll take it. But you know what? I would love to have that grand elsewhere. In the meantime, I could do that in 10 minutes elsewhere. My mistake. So anyways, if a stock doesn't perform, when you get into a stock, have a plan, again, I'm really good at protecting the bottom side, but the top side, hey, if this is a target, and I don't like always necessarily set targets. I mean, I say it from a technical aspect point, it looks like this should go up and hit this next support line, or resistance line. I mean, that's great, but it's not absolute. If I think I can get 15% out of it and it goes to 14, then it doesn't trigger in my mind. And then it goes back down to 2. Okay. Well, why didn't I sell at 14? 15 was my target. Well, you know what? I don't know. But anyway, so what I need to do is I don't want my money tied up as long. I'd rather take 5% in 2 days than 10% in 30 days. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm working on myself personally. And so with that, I decided to clean house, clean the cupboards Friday while the market was up. I sold into strength. The market was, this was right at close. And a lot of the companies, a lot of these stocks were surging there and getting a nice little surge in the end of the day. And I sold, and it wasn't an issue. So I'm feeling really good about that. All right. Next one is ACI. I got in $1.70, I think. It must have been back on this, could have been on this day, Thursday. Again, I don't have the dates in front of me, but I got in at 174 and got out at 190 something, 191. So that was quick. See, now that's more like it. So that was good, quick 10%, and it took 3 days versus OTEX taking me, 33 days, calendar days, getting me 2. It's not good enough, In this, yeah, much better. So anyways, again, I just got out of it just for the weekend. I just want cash, protecting my profits, and I will get back in Monday if I need to. I am optimistic with the market. This is coal. So I don't have any negative feelings or reservations about this company either. I just took my money. And finally, we have CPE, Petroleum. I got 6.5%, 7% out of this one. I got in at 530. I bought this Friday. Yes, I bought this Friday, I think. That was only yesterday too. I'm getting old. This is the hourly chart, 530. Where's 530? I must have been on a 5-minute when I did it. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, folks. It's the weekend. I can, okay, here we go. So 5:30. I got in over, that doesn't even make sense. What's the date? That's the 19th. Where's 5:30? Whatever. Okay, I got in at 5:30, darn it. I'm sorry, I apologize. So 5:30, all right, wherever it is, and got out at 575. So it's what, 6-7%. And 575. Yes. See this, a lot of people selling out. See, this is the one thing. This is a petroleum oil, one of the oil stocks here, and oil did really well on Friday. But I was on this one. I sold this one, the last one of the day, right, to close, and I was taking care of some other orders here in these last 10 minutes. And by the time I got to this one, this had already turned, and where's my candle? Where's the volume? Okay. Yeah, a lot of volume here, a lot of red volume, and this thing just doink. So hopefully that's no one's kind of leaning that way for Monday. I don't think so. But it's, I mean, looking at the 5 minute, it's nothing there, but that's a pretty big candle. So that is that. So yeah, so last week, pretty good. There was a lot of others too. We were watching. Halo was another one. I did not play this one, but I definitely had it on the radar. This one did really well this week. We go 750 up to 9, 10, almost $10. And there's that. There's OTEX. There's ISNS. This one, yeah, I don't think I got into this one. Anyways, forget that one. MPO. We kind of talked about this one. This was United States Petroleum. This is one of the oil ones I think we covered already. I'm not in this one, but this is one I definitely had my eye on in my last video talking about oil stocks. So I think that is about all I have. Then there was, let's see, there was Dries. What did Dries do? There's Dries again, nice bounce. You know, most of the market did bounce there. It was this candle. Well, that's a 5 minute. Let me back up. Let me go to 15. Oh. Yeah, what was that one? All right. Well, this thing just started really moving. You can see here the last few days here it is moving good. Obviously, that's 15 minutes. So I'm not in that one as well or either. So that was up 7.5% almost. And then looking at stocks that I keep an eye on. This is the UBS Crude Oil Pro shares. That was up 10% on Friday. ACEI, I talked about that one, was up 9. CPE was up 6.75 Friday. LNCO, talked about that. See, it's oil again, up 5.5. BDSI, it's biotech. They were up 5. Oasis up 5. It's oil. What's this one? GTE up 4. I missed. That's oil. SM, we talked about them. They're up nearly 5. NOAA, it's financial. What did they do? They're up 3. Yeah, so there wasn't much. It was down on Friday. I guess there was. When I looked at like near the end of the day, there was only a few of these. I have like probably about 60 stocks in here. I think there's only like a small handful that were red at one point later in the day, but obviously, Auto Home. Interesting. This made the watch list, or not the watch list, the premium list here a while ago, and I think it hit the list right here initially off this support, and then it just boom, and it tanked. It continued down. Now we're getting a nice bounce out of it. Now we're getting 34 to 38. Yeah, there was that support line right there too. Just boom. Now we're coming up and hitting it from the bottom side. So we'll see what this does. Okay, folks, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully, I don't know if it made much sense about what I just went over today. It's Saturday. I hope everybody gets to spend some time with family and friends tonight. If you're going to go out and hit parties, I know there's a ton of parties tonight. I think I have 4 different engagements to hit tonight. It's going to be tough. But stay safe on the roads. If you're going to party, get a driver. I will be the designated driver tonight. and it's an honor to do so. So, yeah, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Go Seahawks, huh? And I guess we'll see everybody Monday morning. If you haven't been to the website, topflighttrades.com, come check it out. You can get access to the premium picks, as well as other things. Also, if you're not on StockTwits, come on over to StockTwits, check us out. There's a lot of awesome people over there. And if you're new to trading, or you just want to continually learn more like I do, come on over there, and there's a lot of awesome people to learn from and talk to and get insight in from and all that. So see if I can shut down this. Did I do it? Let me see here. Okay, there I am. All right. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching the video. If you saw this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like or comment or anything like that you'd like to do. If you're watching this on the topflighttrades.com, thanks a lot for being there, and we'll see you otherwise. So have a wonderful day and good weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.